hive cluster is under attack.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a TVZ from 2009 featuring Fantasy and TheZerg here on Destination. This is from IEF. Top side, we're going to have ourselves a red Zerg player. It is TheZerg. And in the bottom side, we've got Fantasy, our yellow Terran player. Fantasy, it was an excellent Terran player before he retired. He won 1 OSL and took second in 4 different OSLs. So that just shows you how elite he was. Not as elite as Flash, but super duper good at StarCraft. So, a TVZ for you here on Destination, a blast from the past. Terry the Overlord moving out, scouting. Maybe for proxies. Nope. Fantasy is not proxying you, but don't relay that to TheZerg, okay? Again, Terry the Overlord merch at falconpaladin.store, as well as Falcon Paladin branded merch. We've got hoodies, we've got nice warm beanies, we've got shirts, we've got mugs. falconpaladin.store, a good place for StarCraft and Falcon Paladin branded merch. Are we hiding this SCV? Nope. Just thrown down a barracks right here. I'm going to attempt to wall this off. I don't know. Overpool timing here for TheZerg. All right, very safe. Somewhat economical. And a Kakaru flying by. Kakaru! Kakaru! Disappearing into the mist of the fog of war. Hatch at 12 supply. Terror the Overlord, just, you know, scouting as always. We've got a refinery here with gas. Are we safe to expand here? Steve the SCV is scouting it out. There's a Steve the SCV shirt in production. I'll let you know when it releases at falconpaladin.store. Yeah, so just coming up, recognizing. All right. So we got a hatchery that's not done yet and a macro hatch. So there's probably lings on the way, and there definitely are. Good read there from Fantasy. This is why you scout this stuff. So, ooh, he's floating his barracks. Are we doing the factory play? We're doing the factory thing. The 08, 09, 10 factory mech versus Zerg play on Destination. It's really good on this map. How many ZVTs have I cast on this map with really good Zerg players where the Terran goes mech, throws up siege tanks and turrets and Goliaths across pretty much the entire width of this map, which isn't that wide because it's Destination. And then the Zerg player's like, okay, what do I do here? And the answer is you die. I don't know that I've seen a Zerg player beat a meching Terran on this map. I haven't. So whether it would happen or not today, I don't know. I mean, the Zerg's resume is pretty good, right? He made it to the round of 16 in an OSL back in 2008. He beat Hwasin to get there, which is pretty darn impressive stuff. He did not make it past the round of 16, unfortunately, but he did have a nice little resurgence around this time, 08, 09. Oh, never mind. It is, well, it could be mech, but it's also a 2-port Wraith opening. Oh, man. We had a 2-port Wraith opening game on the Sunday stream just last week. We had somebody in just a ladder game, kind of a lower level game, go for a 3-port Wraith opening that was really successful. I don't think that's an actual thing, but it was pretty awesome nevertheless. There were like all these tons of Wraiths cruising around. Mutos are just not having a good time. Should have been more Hydras, I think, in that game. But anyway, woo, 2-port Wraith opening. Who do you think you are, Lita? No, this is Fantasy. This is our guy. So yeah, I mean, what else is 2-port gonna be? 2-port, like Science Vessel would be interesting. Just opening just mass Science Vessel. It'd be so gas intensive though. You would definitely need 2 gas and maybe 3 gas to pull that off. I mean, Science Vessels are like 225 gas each. Yeah, not cool. So a little Vulture harass there. A couple drones die. Nah, nothing too crazy. Oh, this Vulture. Oh my gosh. The Zerg. The Zerg. Ugh. He's pulling all of his drones off the line. It's just giving, I don't know if it's giving the Vulture easier access to these guys. I mean, it's not. If you were just mining, it'd be a bad time. Ooh. And drones surround and kill a Vulture. Pfft. I don't know if that was economical, but you killed a Vulture. All right, so a Wraith out this early is an indication it's probably two-port Wraith. And the fact that 2 Wraiths show up, which I don't know that he got wind of that, but supply blocking the Zerg makes this so brutal. He's got Hydras. Hydras are coming out here, but he's going to want detection because at some point we're going to get a control tower. We're going to get some Wraith cloaking. Oh, Hydras came right across the map and said, yeah, how about we kill some of your SCVs? How's that sound? There's a bunker with 2 Marines inside it, a Vulture, and a couple of Wraiths to defend. Hydra sniping that barracks means you got to build another barracks for more factories, which is totally annoying because I assume he's going to want to transition into mech from this, but he has 1 base opening this sucker. He wants to win this thing now. And will he is the question. Yeah. All right. So that barracks is not going to die to the Hydras. Oh, it will actually. Never mind. I thought it would burn down potentially. But the Wraiths are here. The Hydras are on the other side of the map. And there's no spores, nor are there any spores in production. What do you, I mean... Hydras do trade really well against Wraiths because their ground attack is garbage. We all know this. It's how they balance the Wraith. If they had an amazing ground attack, they'd be one of the best units in the game. Because their anti-air is already really good. I mean, it's not... Obviously, you know what? You can kill drones with it. It's not like it takes many, many hits for a group of 4 Wraiths to kill a drone. It's 2 volleys. 1 volley. 2... Oh, I don't think all of the Wraiths attacked on that attack. The stack here is a thing. So, Hydra's on the defense. Overlord's here too. No sign of a spore. Cloak is on the way, like I said we were going to get. And at some point, I don't know, at some point, has to rebuild the barracks, yes. But you have to expand too, don't you? A 2-basing Zerg versus a 1-basing Terran is pretty comfortable. He's got a lair coming in. He's not going to sacrifice any of his drones to make a spore today. I mean, not anytime soon, at least. He's at 23 drones at 24 SCVs, which is pretty good. Actually, he's recovered nicely from losing those drones. And I'm just not sure that Fantasy's doing enough to win this game yet. Dropship coming in. He's going to go for some kind of like a Vulture Marine drop. Maybe into the main base. Try to cause some problems that way. He's had some good success so far. Why are the Hydras not covering this side? The Hydras are having a hard time right about now. I mean, they're not covering this whole approach here into your main mineral line. Evolution Chamber is getting produced. So, I mean, for upgrades, yes. But as long as you have an Evo Chamber, you might as well just get a spore or 2. Spore colony would be hot. Yeah, so siege tank, a couple Marines. One of them is pretty darn injured. Very red. We're not going to make any medics today would be my guess. I mean, maybe not yet. Some of these SCVs need to get to work. Come on, Fantasy. I know you're busy microing these Wraiths over here. Ooh, did lose one. Got down to 3. Lurker aspect getting researched. Another Wraith dies. And oh, the cloak saves them. Both of those dudes would be dead. Oh, they were trying to build something back here. We're building a bunker back there, and then we're going to put Marines in it. This is tricky. This is very tricky stuff. Sieging up the siege tank on the back side. Firing on that drone line. Oh, this is so frustrating. Trying to mine through these minerals, but then the Wraiths and the Marines can attack any drones sitting here. Overlords with speed would be real nice. Oh, another Overlord dies. Supply blocking the Zerg. Dropship takes some hits. All right, it's cool. Dropship goes down. That's annoying. But the Wraiths are bait. Oh, the Wraiths both died. And this tank is probably going to die. Can they not see? Ooh, swinging all the way outside. And he's going to shut this down. The Zerg. Okay. All right, so the Zerg shuts that down. He's still at 26 drones. Yes, he's supply blocked, but this was a 1-base concerted attack from Fantasy. So I think he's okay. Second base has finished construction from Fantasy. He's going to lift it and land it over in the second there. I don't know if the time for Wraith is happening here, friend. I'm just not sure about that at all. So 26 drones. Might be time to try to take a third. This Hydra push could be pretty dangerous. There's 1 tank on the high ground, and there's like, I don't know, 3 Marines. I guess they just don't want to deal with the tank on the high ground. There's not enough Hydras for that. Maybe there are. If you could bring an Overlord with you, great. But the thing is, the Overlords don't have speed, so that's going to take forever. This Vulture's got 3 kills. And I'm going to get chased out. Doesn't have the speed upgrade. You think he would have upgrades on the machine shop by this point if he was planning on going mech? Maybe that's an indication. Oh, Stim's on the way. And infantry weapon upgrades. And more barracks being produced. Okay, so Fantasy decides, mechs for losers. I'm going to win this TVZ with Marines and Fire Bats and medics and science vessels is how we're going to do this thing today. All right, man. I'm just saying. Mech's real good on this map. And there's already lurkers out. Oh, this attack could be so good. This could be a crazy good attack. If you bring an Overlord with you to spot the high ground, come swing this way, kill this tank. I don't know. There's another tank down here, and another tank just popped out too. Is the tank count high enough to be super duper scary? Not sure. But also the Zerg needs a third base. The Terran just set up his second. He's got 33 SCVs. His income is very good right now. Zerg is checking to see if he needs to protect the potential third base expansion. Checks this one too. The Wraiths were there a second ago. My gosh, these Wraiths though. This harassment from Fantasy is just elite. This is so frustrating for the Zerg to deal with. And from what I read, nice snipe. From what I've read about the Zerg on Liquipedia, he's a very aggressive Zerg style ZVT. Like he likes to go Hydra Lurker Ling, kind of off a 2 base and try to win that way. But in this game, it's not really going to happen for him. There are too many tanks out for Hydra Lurker Ling to bust through these choke points, which is what they are. So he's going to get a third base up. He's working on a Spire here too. Mutas wouldn't be too bad. These Marines don't have great upgrades yet. I mean, yeah, Stim is done, but range is on the way. And, Lurkers causing problems. Yo, Skin. Kill the one Lurker down. Yo, 3 more Marines die with that Lurker death. I don't know if that was good trades. I guess Marines are pretty cheap. And a 4th base coming up here too from the Zerg on the right side. Love that. I like the double expand here for sure. So this is a pretty close game, I'm going to say. If the Zerg can get away with his double expand and not lose both of them and really get up to the 4 base economy he wants to, and he's got lurkers, I kind of like his position right now. This is a pretty big, scary army, isn't it? Tons of Lings, tons of lurkers, tons of Hydras. Overlords have the speed. Is he going to go for a drop down the right side? I think he's going to go for a fake drop. There's nothing in those Overlords. Oop, that's a scan. What are we scanning? Main base. See the Spire. Don't see a hive yet, so that's good news. Metabolic boost getting researched. Melee attack upgrade coming in. Okay, now he's going for drops. Never mind. Not a fake drop. A real drop. There are no turrets in here either. Ooh, this is going to be nasty. This is going to hurt Fantasy. This is why you have some turrets up. Well, I guess he's not building one now. Nope, that's a supply depot. All right, so we unload and let the chaos commence. Oh, man, there's one siege tank in here. The Hydras come down, pick it off quite easily. Lurkers are burrowing inside this mineral line. It's only one of the 2 bases that exist here. Hydras don't want to engage into this area, so they're just going to sit back, wipe out some supply depots, return the favor of being supply blocked by doing the same thing to Fantasy. These Hydras don't have attack upgrades, but, you know, they do pretty good bursty damage anyway. And the supply block on Fantasy is real. Swinging down. These guys are going to die. And I think they're... Oh, nice target fire on that Lurker, too. So, yeah, I mean, Hydras trade fairly well, but that is a bunch of siege tanks. Not even in siege mode, they're going to do fine. Hydras are the glass cannons, but that bought some time for the 4th and the 3rd base to come up here from the Zerg. He's now going into Hive, and actually, he started that Hive right after that scan wore off, I think, based on that timing. Wow. Hive is up. Zerg players rejoice. This is where Zerg gets scary, is when you start busting out the Defiler Mound, the Dark Swarm, the Adrenals, the Plague, especially against this particular strategy. Overlord comes in, unloads some Lings, just for the fun of it, I guess. I mean, they killed a Marine. That's not nothing. Yeah, Adrenal coming in. Infantry armor researching 2 science vessels. That's always a battle between science vessels and Defilers. Spellcasters are everything in this matchup and really in all late game matchups in StarCraft. Lings pick off a tank, but that's a lot of dead Zerglings, and 2 Lurkers died too. Don't feel great about that for the Zerg player. But he's up to 40 drones. This attack needs to kill a base, I think. Continued scanning here. He sees, there is a base here. Excellent. Let's see if we can wipe it out. That's a lot of Lings. I don't think he can wait for Adrenal. No, that's just an evac. That's an evac. That's an evac in a dead base. Just saying. Oh, there is There's a lurker in here, though, causing some problems. Got 6 kills. But yeah, easily. Hatch down. No real move to save it. Just sacking it entirely. Letting it die. Oh, and a lurker in the natural base, too. Fantasy's income just fell off a cliff here. Dude, this lurker is still here. Why would... No! Bad! Don't put SCVs back on the line. Okay, so this one dies. You can saturate your natural base. Yeah. Dude, this lurker's having... this is one of the best lurker harassment positions I've ever seen. This is a 12-kill lurker, and Fantasy's not able to mine from his main base at all. Yes, Fantasy just killed the 4th base of the Zerg, but his main base is a ghost town. He's coming back. Okay, finally. Science Vessel and Siege Tanks kill this lurker, but a medic dies before the lurker goes down. Adrenal has finished. Consume's almost done. Delay, 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 delay. Unburrow, pull back, reburrow. Unburrow, pull back, reburrow. Can he catch this Science Vessel with those Scourge? I don't know. This Marine count is pretty good. I think Scourge maybe could have dumped in there. Dark Swarm, Adrenal Lings. There we go. Consume finishes. The Zerg busted out immediately. Scourge, pull back, Scourge, pull back, Scourge. Ah, Scourge both die. Careless. Careless play there from the Zerg. That Defiler needs to pull back. These Lings have got the +1/+2 Adrenal upgrades with Dark Swarm support. Unsiege the Siege Tanks. Ah, Lurker's burrowing in. They're not great against Siege Tanks, but they'll kill them given enough time. The Lings are what really tear these tanks apart. Whatever is in the claws of those Lings is strong enough to go through Siege Tank construction material. So pretty good stuff. 4th base pops again for the Zerg. Any sign of a 3rd base for our Terran? And the question is... That's the question. The answer is no. Oh boy. Bunch of Siege Tanks already on siege, which makes it easier for them to retreat here. Definitely the case. They can't fire while moving, though, which is a problem. Another Dark Swarm. There we go. Hydras and Lurkers inside the Dark Swarm. Fantasy falling back and back and back and back. It's going to fall back to high ground, which is tough for anyone to assault in StarCraft. High ground is a nice defensive position for sure. Fantasy is getting ion thrusters. Irradiate makes sense here. He's got to go for spider mines, right? That we're doing after the ion thrusters upgrade. Is he just playing the whole SK Terran thing? Well, there's tanks though, so it's not SK Terran. I don't know. This is a hybrid play, I guess. Vulture, siege tanks, marines, science vessels. They already researched spider mines, so those are laying down all over the place. This is a hybrid play from Fantasy. I kind of like it. I'm kind of on board with this whole thing. Hybrid mech. Hybrid mech infantry. The Zerg coming up the left side. The Zerg gets supply blocked somehow. I don't know. Spider mines. Ooh, I think those connected. No, I don't think they did, actually. Never mind. Yeah, swinging up this left side. Overlords are scouting this, which is why the Overlords are everywhere. Good immediate irradiates on those Lurkers. And Defilers. Heard a Defiler die in there as well. That's why you got Sunkens defending your 3rd. Beautiful stuff. Vulture comes up the right side. They're harassing this base too. Trying to get a Sunken in there to prevent that from happening. The STC understands the importance of static defense. This is a 2-base Fantasy pretty big strong attack here. Lings at the very least going to get some friendly fire splash damage on these tanks and kill them. Ah, Defensive Matrix saves this one's life, though. Beautiful defensive play there from Fantasy. Lurkers spining up. Okay. Vultures trying to take down this hatch by themselves, but this Sunken's going to finish up momentarily and kill them if they don't pay attention, which they're not doing. They're just letting the AI handle it, and the AI is suicidal. All right, Siege Tank's got 1 kill, dead. Did snipe the Defiler, though. If one kills a Defiler, that's pretty fantastic. Really good. 98 to 91 total supply. The Zerg is up. His worker count is about the same. He saved his 4th base. His 3rd base is okay, too. And I don't know. I keep looking for Fantasy. There we go. He's got himself a 3rd CC coming in at 19 minutes, which is late. But again, this is an older game. This is from 10, 11... 12 years ago now, so expansion timings maybe weren't as fast. And anyway, so Hydra's with 1 attack upgrade. This medic is running out of energy quite rapidly, and therefore this is a dead Marine. No! Oh, he is a dead Marine. Ah, this medic's not even going to run away. Rest in peace. Huge attack into the third base, though. Enough Marines come to take down the Sunk, and they're targeting the hatchery. This is some good stuff. A Defiler manages to come and sneak past them all. They're focusing on the hatchery so much, then they do get it. Another lurker drop into the main base. This drop stuff has been pretty dang good, but the third base dies here for the Zerg player. He really needed that if he was going to win this game. I mean, not that he can't win this game, but it was a nice thing to have. Yeah, taking his safety expansion in the top right here. There are still lurkers causing problems inside the main base of Fantasy here. He picks them up. When the tanks show up, do you want to use an irradiate on an Overlord? Yes. The answer to that question was absolutely. You got to unload before the... okay, nope. I guess we unloaded one of the lurkers and couldn't burrow in before he died, thanks to the Stim Marines. Ling's checking out his their base down here. I guess the Overlord already knew that. Ling's maybe trying to get through this, but that's blocked off. What is this? Why are we running around this area? Oh, I guess there's an attempt to expand over to this, make this the third base for Fantasy. This is, man, the Zerg doesn't have enough money to rebuild his third base here either. But SCV's long distance mining from the third. They could actually come back. Hydras fighting against Marines is not what Hydras really want to do. They want to be, it's Lings and it's Lurkers that are effective here. Hydras are basically just to try to snipe down science vessels. More than anything else, a lot of dead Zerg up here. As a result, Lings, Adrenal Lings. 2-2 Adrenal Lings, man. You can't heal through this. Especially if these guys are on rally and not attack. Oh boy. 3 Lings could, sniping down a Comsat station, so the Lurkers are more effective. Good stuff here. 90 to 74 supply. The Zerg is up tons. This is way more Hydras than I would expect. But again, it's more of a hybrid play here, so maybe it makes sense for the Zerg to do this. Tank down, tank down. I think that's it. 83 to 62 supply here. The Lings got the Comsat station. I think they all died trying to take down this bunker, which is burning down. And this third base of Fantasy is gonna die. The Zerg's pressure today has been insanely good. He has enough money to rebuild this third base, but he's focusing on taking down all the SCVs that he can and killing the command center at the same time. There we go. Yeah, that command center is going to die. If these Hydras had, +2 attacks, it'd be better. But they got +1. It's good. Ooh, that Lurker's got 12 kills. Worker count's only 23 for Fantasy. Being on effectively 1 base economy at 22 minutes is not going to work out for you super well. I am shocked by this result. The Zerg is taking down Fantasy in a 22-minute game. I think it's over. I do. I'm looking at it, I'm staring at all the numbers, and I'm looking at the map and who controls what here and how many bases exist, and all that computes to a pretty solid-looking Zerg win. Gets a plague down on the science vessels just for good measure. 3 of the 4 get plagued. And I guess 3 of the 5 get plagued. I don't think that one's been plagued because it has too much HP. The irradiates are good. Am I calling this too soon? Trying to build a third base on this left side as the right side seemed to be problematic. Another drop! My gosh. Okay. I'm just telling you, the number of games I've seen where Zerg win when they go drops is much higher than the number of games where Zerg lose when they go drops. Drops just increases their chances of winning either ZVPs or ZVTs pretty significantly. It's such a major advantage to be able to say every one of my overlords, every one of my units that provides me with supply is a dropship or a shuttle. I have them anyway. They're basically free, and they're detectors. I mean, insane. The fact that Zerg don't take more advantage of it is crazy to me. Dude, these vultures just wandered in. Never rebuilt this hatch. These drones are long-distance mining, uncognizant of the perilous state their lives are in. Scourge getting picked off. 96 to 81. But 42 to 23 workers is absolutely problematic here. Is he going to drop lurkers down here too? Might as well. Drop them here. Okay, not dropping them here. Yes, we are dropping them here. Yeah, these vultures, man, having a great time. 3 kills and 2 kills apiece. Not lurkers. Oh! That was like 10 or 11 SCVs that died to those lurker spine. Maybe 2 lurker spines. Okay, Fantasy's down to 12 SCVs now. This is This is over. Yeah. 2/2 Adrenalings. Metasynaptic Node on the way. Irradiating Scourge just because they're the closest target. The Science Vessel count is pretty healthy, actually. Like, really healthy. Fantasy's done a pretty good job protecting them, despite the fact that one of them just died to like a 12 Scourge suicide attack that killed one Science Vessel. That's a good trade, and you need some incredible trades if you're going to win this game. Oh, got some fire bats out too. I love that. Upgrades for the infantry are +3 attack, +1 armor. The +3 is really useful here. The irradiates are continuing. Look at those hydras that die thanks to that irradiate. Economically, this really shouldn't be possible. Fantasy should not be able to win this game from this position, but it is an OSL champion we're talking about here. And it is not an OSL champion we're talking about with the Zerg. Man, you just irradiated all of this. Yeah, you're going to burrow in. You're going to cause some problems, but every lurker here is irradiated. And the Defiler, too. Oh, is this one not irradiated? Almost every lurker was irradiated. Okay. Fantasy, last gasp time here. He scans. He sees a ton of lurker eggs. He sees some Defilers. If this attack can take down this base, I think Fantasy can win this. This engagement is huge right now. Okay, Ling's dying to fire bats. Not great. Nice plague, though. Ugh. You gotta worry about the plague at this stage of the game against a good player like TheZerg here. So Defiler sniped. Another plague catches, however. And now your Marines have just a fraction of the survivability that they did like 10 seconds ago. Lings are just one-shotting your boys. More plague. This is just demoralizing. Science Vessel's getting sniped by Hydras because of the plague. How important is plague for Zerg? It's basically their psionic storm. Oh, this base died too. Okay. I don't even know what killed that base. We might have to rewind it. It didn't have any SCVs added anyway. Yeah, I mean, Science Vessel's getting sniped. Not even... Oh my gosh. Remember when the Science Vessel count was super high? That was great. Oh, this Marine's going to kill these Hydras thanks to Irradiate. But it's 85 to 25 supply. Fantasy is being stubborn. And GG! The Zerg gets the win. Absolutely insane in 27 minutes and 50 seconds. I cannot believe... Ugh. I really honestly cannot believe that the Zerg beat Fantasy. That was an incredible ZVZ, or ZVT. Okay, we gotta rewind a little bit here. Hit that like button and subscribe if you like this game. Or you liked how I casted it, right? Okay, at 26 minutes, the third base was still there. These two Lings. These two Lings. Oh, okay. I guess we get to see... Nope, we don't get to see the lurker kill a lot of SCVs here. Okay, so we got an SCV transfer. Got 13 SCVs. Ah, just a bit of a Ling counterattack here. And he was so busy darting away while he was plagued. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, well, that does that. He didn't even lift off that command center. He recognized it was over. All of his SCVs were dead. They tried to take down this lurker, and they couldn't because they only have, I guess there's 2 scans available. Almost. There's 2 scans available on that ComSat. Don't let this guy win. Yeah. Oh, there's a scan, but like, wow, you did have enough. Okay, so he killed that, and these Lings died, and he's really fighting to the end. 100%. To the end. These Hydras all get killed. SCB's long distance mining here. High ground siege tank with 2 kills. Pretty proud of himself that way. And all the medics die, and that's your GG. Yo. Yeah, that was a chaotic last couple of minutes for sure. Wow. All right. Well, that was, again, incredible stuff. Super aggressive from the Zerg, too. Again, that's his playstyle. He did drops. He did several drops in the main base of Fantasy. Yes. Did he lose a couple hatcheries today? Absolutely. Was he able to keep Fantasy's economy low, too? Yes. And that's the way you win a game of StarCraft against somebody who is as good as Fantasy is. You really got to ruin their day through murdering their economy if they are doing a good job murdering your economy as well. Man. Good stuff. 2-port WRAITH opening was a lot of fun. The kind of hybrid tank, vulture, marine, firebat, science vessel, medic play was interesting too. Didn't really work out in the long run, but by golly, he killed a lot of Zerg today. Let's check out those final stats. Figure that out together. 139,000 points for Fantasy, 158 for the Zerg. Outproducing the Terran by about a 2-to-1 ratio. A lot of those are Lings, and the kill-death ratio, not quite enough. Not quite enough, even considering Lings are involved here. If you're going to win a TVZ against someone who, you know, can come up close to you, you got to have a better kill-death ratio than that. And almost a 2-to-1 resources spent ratio here in 27 minutes for the Zerg. I mean, that's not 2-to-1, but 48 to 32 is uncomfortably close. So GG, man. The Zerg gets the win. I'm going to be honest. I picked this kind of expecting a good TVZ where Fantasy wins. But, man. That was awesome. I mean, that was truly impressive from the Zerg. Might have to find more games from him. All right, fantastic. That right there is going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.